Okay, good morning, leaders. Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Today, I choose a topic about leadership, as we are leaders in this business. So, what is a leader and what does it mean to be a leader? So, today, I wanted to just to go through with you again because this is a topic, a masterclass actually that I attended by Eric War just the other week. He had a live masterclass that he had. So he was talking about this topic that I chose to share it with you this morning. It was all about leadership. So yeah. So he discussed as we are in this network marketing business, he said or he highlighted that there is two forms of leadership. The first one is to learn how to lead you. The second one is to learn how to lead a team. So as you are a leader is a person who sets an example or who sets the tone to do something and then others follow. Others do what he is doing. So a leader is not like you say a manager. A leader is someone who leads from the front and set an example for people or those who are or those who he is assigned to lead. He sets the example for them to do as he is, he just doesn't tell them what to do. So Alec was explaining that for you to be a leader, also to lead you. You need to understand the kind of person that you are so that you can also learn how to employ yourself. Because for example, he made an example of if a company, if there was a company and that it was, if they were now having the question of would they employ you or not, would you think that you are a kind of person that a company would employ? So that is the first thing that a leadership, or if you are a leader, that you must do. You need to know how to lead yourself by treating yourself as an employee, and also doing the things that you would like others to do by making yourself do those things, not just expecting other people to do it. That is what a leader does. The other form of being a leader is to learn how to lead a team. So after learning how to master yourself, how to lead yourself, now you have this team in network marketing that is looking to you. So many times in network marketing, Eric Warren was explaining that, like sometimes for him, he would be in a situation or he would be in a setup where he doesn't see himself as a leader. But because he tends to give more ideas. He tends to show people, maybe let's try to do this. He doesn't view himself that he is leading, but because of he got used, people now got used to looking to Eric Ward to say, okay, what are we going to do now? Okay, something needs to be done. They all look to Eric Ward. So he was now like saying that you need also, sometimes in this role of us being FBOs, we don't come or we don't start this business to come and lead a team, or we don't know how to lead a team, but because we become sponsors, because we become upliners, we are leads, we become leaders by default, you understand? So it's also something that he was emphasizing, that you need to learn to lead a team. So know those who you are leading. So know the people in the team, the people that you are saying, no, I'm having a team, I'm building a team. Who are they? Who are those people? So in order for you to be a good leader, Eric Ware was explaining that you need to lead a team, especially when you are leading. It's important to lead a team emotionally, because you are dealing with humans. Sometimes you forget that you are actually, there are people behind the team. it's not just the numbers, how many people you have, but those people, those heads, it's actually people with families, people with emotions. So you need also to know the people that are in the team, so that you need to know who they are, you need to know their hobbies, you need to know yeah, what drives them, what pushes them in life. So those are the two forms of leadership that he emphasized, that you need to learn to lead yourself, become employable, so that you can also be able to lead those humans who are looking to you for guidance and all of that. And then he went further on to explain that the people that you have in your team, you need to look for leaders in that team. The team that you have, it should also have leaders. Now, what do you look at? What do you look for to say that this person has attributes of a leadership, or this person has attributes of a leader? What is it that you need to look for in a team? So he mentioned 5 things that I'm going to share with you here. Someone is doing some writing on the screen, I don't know. But he mentioned 5 attributes of a great leadership. It is, the person should be independent. That is one thing that he mentioned, that as you are having a team, you want to look for a person in that team who is independent. So, dear FBOs, when you look in the teams that you have, is there someone in your team who has that quality of independent, who is independent, that you know that this person can do this and they can carry this out on their own? They don't need me to push them. They don't need me to be behind them all the time. They are independent. The other attribute that he mentioned was a problem solver. In your team, do you have someone that you can call by name and say, this one in my team is a problem solver? When there's a problem, they will look for solutions. They will not come to you with problems again. The other attribute was consistent. So when you have this group of people who are looking to you as a leader, as a person who is saying, I am leading this group, or I am leading this team, in your team, it's also important to know who is consistent, who says they will do what they said they will do, who in your team has big vision. Sometimes as individuals, we have big visions. We know what we want for ourselves, but we are good at another person to actually get into our head, see what. So it takes a great leader. That's why it's another attribute. It takes a great leader to have a vision and be able to communicate that vision to other people. So we have also a person in the team that you are leading, that you can see that this person has a vision. And we all know what that vision is. That's why when a person is building up a business, when a person is, or an empire, whatever they are trying to build up, that person actually has a vision, and they try that whoever they bring into their inner circle understands their vision. So that whoever they bring in their inner circle, whoever becomes part of the managing pact, they know what the vision of the CEO is, what this person want, what the person see, and it has been communicated thoroughly to them. So also in the team that you are leading, you need to know those people who are visionaries and who are also good communicators. The other thing that Eric Ward mentioned was that another attribute is to have someone, to be able to see someone in your team who creates action. I'm sure leaders as FBOs, those of you who have teams, who are leading teams or people, you have that one or two person in your team that creates action. They don't wait to do something. They don't wait to be told to do something. So these are the 5 attributes of a great leader. And now then you ask yourself, in my team, do I have all of these people? Do I have all of these people? Yes, no, and Eric Warren say there is no way that if your team has all of this from 1 to 5, if they have all of these attributes in that one team alone, then your team is set up for success. Then your team will be very successful. But then he was now explaining that it's very important that to have all of this. And if you don't have this in your team, it's important to work on it and help develop your team members in order to become either independent or choose someone who will be a problem solver or choose someone who will be consistent and so forth and so on. So these are the attributes of being a great leader. Now, for you also to be able to see this, he said that it's important that you know yourself, you know the kind of leader that you are, you know the kind of person that you are, so that you can be able to help others be consistent, be problem solvers, and all of that. So another thing that he also shared that will also help to become a great leader, which I will share here, is what great leadership means. Great leadership means, again, we are going back to being able to lead you. So when you are able to lead yourself, you can do personal audits and personal goals. So he said that as a leader, you need to know, where are you now? As a leader, where are you now? Like in your business or in your goals or in your, yeah. And where would you like to see yourself in 12 months? So now this is you now personally. So it's important to do audits, to know where you are now, to see what you have accomplished so far and where you want to go. That is the one form of great leadership that great leadership means. And then when it comes to the team as well, you need to do a team audit. Where is your team? As you are there as an FBO, as a leader of a team, where is your team? Where do you see your team in 12 months? Are you ticking off those sales? Are you those CCs? So when you are able, as a team leader, if you are able to do an honest team audit and see how my team is doing, see where you are now, see where you would want to be, this will also contribute to you, or this helps you to also be a good leader if you know where you are or the performance of your team in general. So then he went on further to explain that what does he mean when he is talking about audits, making personal audits or team audits. He went on to explain about sales, because in network marketing, our main goal is to make sales. Make sales. The second goal is to recruit. That is what makes network marketing, because we connect. people, we connect dreams, we connect visions. So when it comes to sales, how is your team doing? How are you doing as a leader personally? Because you must first start with you. You must first check yourself before you can go and check your team. You cannot, Eric will explain that you cannot want the team to do things that you are not doing as a leader. So as a leader, it's good to ask yourself, how am I doing with my sales? And then how are we doing with our sales as a team? Same thing with recruitment. When we are recruiting, when you are recruiting as an individual, how is your recruitment going? How do you do when you recruit? How do you get to recruit people? So he explained that create systems with strategy. Be a student of what's working. So here he was explaining to tell, show, try, and do when recruiting. You tell a person or your team member or your business partner what to do. You show them how to do it. You try it out, and then you do it together. That's what he was explaining. And he went more into explaining. He gave an example of when you are recruiting. Sometimes when it comes to recruiting, sometimes you are thinking of the many people in your phone. Let me use one example that he mentioned. He said, for example, when you look to recruit, you have this many contacts in your phone. So many times people, they focus on the many contact numbers. So he said, what if you just focus in your contact list? What if you focus on one person? Yes, we are being told, talk to many people. But let's say you zoom in one person that you want to recruit. And then that person says, okay, I know someone who might be interested in joining this business. So that one person, he made an illustration of that one, when you talk to one person and that one person says, okay, I do know someone. So when that person tells you, I do know someone, they go into their contacts and look through their contacts, and they have over 300 contacts. So in that contact list of 300, they choose one person, and then that one person again. So it's like he was explaining, it's like a cycle when you're doing recruiting. So instead of recruiting on in this long list of contact lists, look for one person who says, okay, I do know someone. That one person that they bring in, they will also know someone. That one person will know someone again. So I'm just trying to say that this is the illustration that Eric Goy was trying to say, that when it comes to recruiting, teach and show, because you want to when you also, once you get these people into join you in the business, you also want to retain them, you want to keep them. So when it came to retention, he said, never give, always trade. Never give, always trade. Have boundaries. And when he was talking of boundaries, he said, you don't want to lead a team where they all look to you, where you are the one to do things for them. No. He said that like that, you are setting yourself up for failure. You are burning yourself out. You don't want to be a leader. You don't want to be the kind of leader where everyone comes and dumps their problems on you. You become the problem solver of the whole team. You are setting yourself for failure, he said. What you want to do, he said, never give but trade. Okay, I will help you. If, say, for example, he says, if a team member comes to you, they have a certain problem, you must look, like, instead of solving that problem they have for them, what can you trade? What can you trade with that team member so that Okay, maybe for example, if they want you to do or call, they want you as an upliner or as the leader to call this person. So instead of you, okay, saying, okay, I will call that person, rather trade, do something for them so that they can do something for you. So he made an example of, instead of saying, okay, fine, bring your list of people that you want to call. When you're calling them, I'll talk and all of this. Because in network marketing, yes, it's what we are being told to do. But when you're building a team, he says, you want to show that person so that they can also go and do it themselves. So you trade. So he said, if a person comes and say, call, instead of you just accepting, you can say, okay, I will call this person if you do a presentation. So you see like that, you trade it with your team member. So you're not only doing for them favors, you are trading so that tomorrow, if they are not keen on doing presentation, or if they're keen on doing whatever it is that you want to trade, they can still, they will learn tomorrow to call their people that they need to call without always relying on you. And with duplication, he was saying that duplicate, whatever you are doing, learn to duplicate. Help the person to learn how you do it and teach them to do what you do so that every time they don't come to you. So these are the checkpoints of checking how you are doing as a team, to do a team audit. And also the other thing that he mentioned there was event attendance. So in your team, how are you doing with event attending? So it's also important to do that. So let's, next slide. I don't know what this is.